when I realized like other people's outsides sounded like my insides was Operation Ivy. When I got handed Energy, when I first got that CD and first put it in, and like the literally like the first couple of chords of Knowledge hit, I was like, oh, oh God, this is exactly it. And then from that point, I was like, I dug in. I was like, all right, so where did they come from? Who was in the band? So of course that immediately led me to Rancid, which, are one of the greats. And then like unpacking Rancid, I discovered like, oh, well, they were playing at 924 Gilman with Green Day and Crimpshine and, No Effects and Bad Religion. Oh, they come from, and then I started finding like bands that were in my little town, like in Texas, bands that were around us, like Hagfish and Bob Goblin, and like these really cool, weird Texas punk rock bands, and the Butthole Surfers, and like one thing just led to another, and I sort of did that thing where I like reverse engineered all of my punk knowledge all the way back to the Clash and the Ramones, and really just like settled in there. But I keep as many tabs as I possibly can with what's going on out there. I try to go to as many shows as I possibly can, particularly if I don't know who's playing. I know that it's a good club and I'll just go. I've seen some really, I mean, I think my favorite band that's touring right now is the Interrupters. They're really amazing. Karen Dio, who's a Brazilian punker out of London,
Yeah.
she's dope as all hell.
Yeah.
There's some really, really great stuff that's happening. And and some of the old bands are still coming around too. You know what I mean? Like there's some of these old boys are making stuff. Grade Two's got another album, I guess, coming out. I just discovered this really badass like indie punk band out of the desert in outside of California. I don't think they're from India, but they're from that area out there in the desert, called Chapstick and a Plan. They're fantastic. Yeah, I'm forever open, and that's my poor wife and kids. Like it's just, we get in the car and they're like, "Can we listen to Moana?" And I'm like, "Yes, but first."
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same way. I listen to the Sirius XM Punk channel a lot, so
Oh yeah, man.
I
Marky
love,
Ramone,
yeah, Mark
Blitzkrieg
Green.
is great.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, the Sirius XM does really well.
they do. One of my very first interviews was Marky Ramone, and he intimidated the hell out of me.
Oh, I bet he did, dude. That's a tough nut to crack,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He's tricky. I mean, that
yeah.
guy's seen it all. Like
Yeah.
that's so cool. You got a chance to interview Marky, man. That's badass.